Let's be real, buying your first home right now is hard. There's a lot of uncertainty caused by tariffs where people are worried about job security, the local economy, and what's happening around the world. And it's making a lot of people second guess their decision to buying their first home. But here's what most people don't tell you. Even in the middle of all this, there are real opportunities if you know what to look for. If you're tired of renting and starting to feel like you're falling behind your friends who have already bought, this video is for you. Welcome to my channel. My name is Gary Dhindsa. My only ask is if you find today's information valuable, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe button so we can keep bringing more valuable information like this to you. If you want to book a meeting with my team and I, you can click the first link in the description below. Let's dive in. Number one, understand the current market, not headlines. As a first-time homebuyer, one of the most important things that you need to pay attention to is this metric. This metric in real estate is called the sales to active ratio. This tells you whether we're in a seller's market, balanced market, or a buyer's market. In a seller's market, there's more buyers than the number of homes available for sale. In a balanced market, there's an equilibrium between the number of buyers and the homes for sale. In a buyer's market, there are more homes for sale than the number of people looking at that moment. Right now, the Abbotsford condo market is representing a balanced market at 11.8%. Days on market is 18. Months of inventory is 8.1. Right now, there is a healthy number of condos available for sale. So as a first-time home buyer, you have options to choose from. If you look at the picture on the screen, this is an image of the real estate stats for the condo market here in Abbotsford from the last couple of years. Even last year, the Abbotsford condo market for all of 2024 represented a seller's market. And this was the same case in 2023. So what this means for you is you're not going up in a bidding war and you have homes to choose from. So you can be patient, take your time on finding the right home that works for you and your loved ones. Number two, get clear on why you're buying. Before you look at listings or even interest rates, ask yourself the following question. Why am I buying a condo? Is it that you're tired of renting and you want to finally own a home of your own? Is it because you're in a relationship and you guys are looking to start a family and so you want to buy your own home? Knowing your why makes it easier for you to understand why you're looking to buy a home right now. Number three, you don't need 20% down. One of the biggest misconceptions for first-time home buyers is that they really don't know how much money it takes to buy their first home. You can buy your first home with a down payment of 5-10% of the purchase price. So if you're looking at a 5% down payment for a condo that's $400,000, you will only need a down payment of $20,000. Yes, these are insured mortgages, but in some cases, you're getting interest rates that are lower than those folks that are making a down payment of over 20%. Another new rule that was introduced last year was the 30-year amortization rate. This helps first-time home buyers as their monthly mortgage payments are lower than it would have been in the past. One thing that I always joke with my first-time home buyers is that one of the most important steps in buying your first home is getting pre-approved. Once you're pre-approved, you're done 50% of the buying journey. Not only that, when you're meeting with a mortgage specialist, they're going to help you review your down payment options, what your monthly mortgage payments are going to be on a 2-bedroom condo, and you can look at other things such as active listings and show that to your mortgage specialist where they can tell you that, hey, if you're buying a 2-bed, 2-bath condo that's valued at $500,000, your monthly mortgage payment amount would be X amount. And you can factor in things like your monthly strata fee, property tax, home insurance. You have all the information in front of you that helps make your decision a lot easier. Number four, run the numbers with someone who knows the game. This goes back to the previous point where you want to meet with a mortgage specialist that can help you get pre-approved. Once you're pre-approved, you're ready to go. Number five, it's a balanced market. Use it to your advantage. Right now, because we're in a balanced market, there's more inventory to choose from. Buyers can take their time when they're looking at prospective units. They have options of looking at a couple of homes before they make a final decision. Not only that, but you have time for your due diligence when you're writing an offer on a particular unit. You can write an offer with subject to financing, review of the strata documents, and getting a home inspection done. Not only that, folks, but you have an option where you can negotiate off the list price. Right now, 2-bed, 2-bath condos are selling 97% of the list price, meaning you have approximately 3% to negotiate off the list price. What this means for you is you don't have to rush and you can take your time to do your due diligence. And I'll walk you through every step. Number 6, you don't have to do this alone. I say this with full respect. Watching videos like this is a great start, but it's not enough. You want to partner up with a local realtor like myself that knows the local Abbotsford real estate market, but that can also help educate you on the steps involved in buying your first home. Not only that, folks, but you want to work with a realtor that understands your goals, your why, and they explain everything in simple terms that you understand. That's what we do when we're helping our first-time home buyers, and it starts at the first consultation, where we take the time to educate and help them understand the buying process. Usually after a consultation, which is usually around 60 minutes, they have a better understanding of how the home buying process works. We have a clear game plan on how to move forward. Number 7, you decide if now is the right time, not the media. The Abbotsford real estate market is always changing, and with that, there's always a lot of uncertainty. Let's look back to 2020. When COVID started, homeowners, investors, and buyers were acting like it was the end of the world for the first couple of months. But as people got more information about COVID-19 and how things work, buyers, sellers, and investors eased into it, and they got used to living with the uncertainty that existed at that time. And after COVID-19, we had 11 rate increases. And after that, we've had 7 rate cuts. And now we're dealing with the orange man down south. Truth be told, folks, no one knows what's going to happen over the next 3.5 years until Trump is in office. But one thing that I can tell you, life will go on. When you're making the biggest decision of your life, you need to ask yourself the following questions. What is my why? And once you've gone through the process of getting pre-approved and you know how the buying process works, the last question you need to ask yourself is this the right time to buy? And am I comfortable with this decision moving forward? One thing that I can tell you folks from working with first-time home buyers is once they're connected to the right real estate agent and the right team, it makes their decision making a lot easier. I hope you enjoyed today's video. The goal was to really educate you on the key things that you need to know before you start looking for your first home. Buying your first home is hard and complicated. There's a lot of emotions at play, and you're making the biggest purchase of your lifetime. But that being said, once you're in the market, it's a lot easier. Do you still have questions about buying your first condo? Click the video on the side because I'm going to walk you through a complete checklist of the things to know when you're buying a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom condo here in Abbotsford and the Fraser Valley. My name is Dhindsa, and I'll see you next week.